Depending on what the labor ticket says on each job, I'll assess the work ticket and kind of go from there. If it's just an OSPW and a bottom bracket, I generally start by wiping the bikes down almost every time. I have my system that I usually don't stray from. Even if it's just changing a flat tire, I need to touch every single part on that bike, just for my own personal notes, I guess, if you will. So I first start off by wiping the bike down, addressing the work order. If it's a wheel kit, I always do the wheels first. The wheels seem to be the longest process in a full upgrade, and one of the most tedious as well, just because there's so many moving parts and everything has to be set up just right, to the point to where there's really no room for error, and you have to stay focused on that wheel set. After the wheel set's done and you're good with everything, I usually hand it off to Paul. Paul will give it his little feel, you know, and we just move on from there. We both get a sign off on the wheels, and then it's bottom bracket, OSPW, and the last thing is always the chain. Make sure the gears are good, final wipe down, get all the extra dust off, and that's about it. Well, the main purpose of the stage is it kind of gives us more of a professional workspace. We feel a little bit less fatigued on the grass. We're on a level platform. If we drop screws, we know exactly where it went. We're not, you know, like scavenging through the grass. And it just overall just looks pro. I mean, it just looks good. The biggest thing that's been helping focus is Paul. Sharing a bench with Paul throughout this whole week has just been, we've able just to been like, you know, bonded throughout this week, and we can put the blinders on, and whatever goes on around us is just whatever's happening. I mean, we are focused on our job. You know, sharing this professional space with Paul has really limited the distractions. I think for the both of us, we've both been able to just like turn around and be like, man, this bike's giving me a hard time, and then we kind of team up on that bike and address the situation and get back to work. So we're always in the bike mindset. We're always focused on bikes, and that's it. Working with the pros is fun for me, just because you get to sense the changing of emotions throughout the week. Leading up to the race, they're very happy, chipper, they're excited to see you, drop the bike off, and then you kind of see that change. It progresses into stress. How I handle that is just, I give them reassurance. I give them, you know, the blessing of the bike, if you will, that everything is 100% certain and solid. And that's really what they're after, especially leading into tomorrow, bike check-in day. Today's like the last day to get the race chains on, make sure the bikes are 110%, and communicating in great detail that everything's good. Some of our athletes, they just want to know, yep, bike's good. Other athletes, Tim Don, Tyler Butterfield, you know, those kind of guys are very analytical. They'll give me a list, you know, I want this, 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 and this. And just giving them the confidence that I did everything to their expectations and then some. And that's usually what they're after, and that's kind of what helps them sleep at night, I think. I mean, not just here at the World Championship races, but all the races we go to. Communicating the confidence, you know, that we have in our work. I think they sense that and they feel that, and they also value it. Last year was very interesting because we just had the 3 10x15 tents, but since then, you know, we've been hitting a lot of the championship races. We've been going to some of the other races as well, starting off with Oceanside, we go to St. George, Ironman Texas. From there, I think it really kind of caught on and people started to expect us. And this race, it just blew up. I don't even know how to compare it in numbers. Quadruple the bikes that we had last year. First day we opened, it was just hammered. Both A-frame racks were filled to the brim. And it's just been, it's exciting to see what we've done all year pay off in Kona and have this many people rely and trust on us with their bikes. I think that is actually really rad, for sure.